see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers taking on Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And he won't quite make it to the 25. Detroit gearing up for their opening drive here, led by Matthew Stafford, the veteran, former #1 pick back in 2009.
When I think of Matthew Stafford in Detroit, I think of numbers, and I mean passing numbers. 40,000 yards passed in his career last year before a back injury landed him on the IR after just 8 games. And to show his value to the team, the Lions lost all 8 games started by either Jeff Driscoll or David Blau. They need a healthy Matthew Stafford in order to compete in the NFC North.
Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And Amendola with a catch. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The numbers for Johnson in last week's game: 8 carries, 51 yards.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now it's Stafford. Caught by Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
In addition to his really good hands, Marvin Jones makes big plays downfield. Ended up missing the last month of the 2019 season. Still had 62 catches for nearly 800 yards. And even more importantly, 9 touchdown catches included in that number. When Marvin Jones goes downfield for a pass, oftentimes he finds his way into the end zone.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Leading the Packers offense out here, the same man who has been doing so since 2008. That's the great Aaron Rodgers.
And the question swirled around Green Bay all offseason in free agency and through the draft. Did they acquire enough pieces to help their all-star quarterback, Aaron Rodgers? Just think about the last 2 years for him. 51 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions, and rallied the Packers to 13 regular season wins last year and a trip to the NFC.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So still 14 yards to go, second down. Throwing is Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
That's good for a green.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Good catch by Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and that's something that his teammates needed to see and something he needed for himself. They call him MVS, and they want him to become an MVP type of a receiver. Speed to burn. He can stretch the field. They just need him to be as dependable catching the ball as we saw there throughout the season.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10.
Rodgers pass. Incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
And 10.
Rodgers to throw once more. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 25-yard line.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Packers 3.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
He's taken out.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. And this is going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
On 4th down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2020, Jack Fox, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
48-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
48-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He's got Lewis.
Rodgers pass.
7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Rodgers with the handoff to
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Jones has it. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
10-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. Forced out to his left. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A gain of 6 there on first.
Second and 4.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score.
First down.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Stafford throws complete to Galladay. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Stafford. Amendola's got it, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and with the receivers try.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Rodgers now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. And that one will fall incomplete.
Intended
Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you really...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Danny Amendola on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before the break, Stafford. And that's caught inside the 30. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Matt Prater to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go, 1st and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle, Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
No gain on
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking deep for Adams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go to Johnson again. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
3rd down.
Stafford on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 1.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Uses the stiff arm. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Looking downfield for Jones. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Stafford's pass.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Carrier. The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards, 1st down Packers.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
One of the underrated aspects of Davante Adams' game is his toughness. He had to battle his way through injury last year, and while his numbers may have dipped, he was still the #1 target for the Green Bay Packers and their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, and still one of the best receivers in the league. Constantly works on his footwork, constantly works on how he gets away from defenders in order to get open. He's a guy that number 12, his quarterback, trusts implicitly.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a
2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
That's good.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Now Jones. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
It's good to span 7 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this out to the 25.
For 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He completes it to Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Stafford now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Stafford looks to throw again. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
A loss of 7 yards.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Lions 7.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Number 33.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
At his own 9-yard
The
line.
recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
1st and 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook. but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On first down, it's Stafford. Screenplay, Johnson. That catch good for only a couple. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Caught by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On first down, Stafford here. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Offense. What's the deal, y'all?
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and...
From the 27, Rodgers. And he rifles one incomplete.
Rodgers pass.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Funchess has it complete. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
Stafford's pass.
Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And that is incomplete.
Stafford's pass.
How about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
That is 3 plays.
They snap it to Stafford.
4th down.
It's caught. Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. 4th down, trailing. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And it's caught here. Amendola. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jair Alexander, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now Jones. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Rodgers on the keeper.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything